Hey guys, so today I've got a bit of a sad story for you. The topic for today is when to quit your job to build websites full time. So, as many of you know, I did quit my job last week and now I am full time building websites. And I got asked this question on Adrian's live stream that I did a couple of days ago when I thought was a good time to quit your job. And the answer that I gave was, well, it depends upon who you are, what your circumstances are, how much money that you feel as if you need to live off. But there's a broader question here that is, what would happen if the day after you retired or you quit your job, something terrible happened to one of your websites? Would you still be able to survive? And I think that's the question that you need to ask yourself before you quit your job. And the reason I think that's the question is because it actually happened to me, which totally sucks. But don't comment saying, "I'm sorry, Chris, that sucks for you." I knew it could have happened, and I knew that I had to be prepared for that possibility. So let's take a look at my Google Search Console click-throughs for a couple of key dates. The first line here that you can see, these three lines are very close to each other. The first line that you can see is the day I quit my job. That was Wednesday, October the 7th. The second line, 2 days later, and you can see there was about a 50 to 60% drop in click-throughs to my website 2 days after I quit my job. And then Tuesday, October the 13th, was Amazon Prime Day. And sadly, Amazon Prime Day, which is supposed to be the best day of the year for us, was worse than the Tuesday a week before. And for this website, I've lost around about 70% of my revenue because of this sudden drop. Now, I originally thought the sudden drop was because maybe some people were doing a little bit of a tomfoolery, playing around and manipulating the SERPs so that they could overtake me briefly for Amazon Prime Day. And then I talked to some of my friends in one of the mastermind groups I'm in, and they said, actually, no, our websites took a bit of a drop too, and it was because of some sort of a little Google update that had occurred. So, what's the lesson to be learned from this? In my opinion, the lesson to be learned is you should only quit your job when you have two websites which could both sustain your lifestyle independently. So if one of them drops like my one did, where I lost 70% of my revenue and multiple thousands of dollars in income, I'm still okay because I have another website, and this website, I can recover it. I can spend a couple of months trying to help it recover. Another thing that I would say when to quit your job is not only two websites, but two revenue streams as well. So we're talking about diversity here. You'd want a revenue stream perhaps from Amazon, and then maybe a revenue stream from another affiliate program or from display ads like through a Zoic or something like that. So I really think that you need that diversity. So if one website or one revenue stream disappears, you can still hang on. And this next one is really important, and I should emphasize you are psychologically prepared for a huge drop in revenue, not just financially. Fortunately, I was psychologically prepared. I'm not upset. I'm not going to apply for any new jobs yet. I can still get by off the revenue I've got. I've just lost a couple of $1,000s a month, and I'm more determined than ever to succeed. And to be honest, quitting my job, now that I've had that big drop in revenue, quitting my job is putting me in a better position to recover from it, because I can put even more time into recovering from this and making sure that I'm as diversified as possible and that my sites are built up as fast as possible. So the last one kind of sums all of this up. When you quit your job, it's not the end of the story. You're not sipping cocktails on the beach somewhere. You're not enjoying passive revenue. It's the time when you need to hustle twice as hard. And I know a lot of people have different circumstances. Some people have kids to look after and all of those things that come into mind when it's like, well, can I quit my job or not? For me, fortunately, I just live with my girlfriend. I can spend all of my time focusing on these websites, so I could quit at a lower revenue than a lot of other people probably could. But when I quit my job, the reason I quit my job was so that I can dedicate my time to hustling even harder. So this is just a warning to all of you. When you quit your job, make sure you think, can I live even if one of my sites is smashed by a Google update right at the beginning of Q4 when you're supposed to be getting tons of extra revenue in? Can I still survive even if the worst thing happens 2 days after I quit my job?